Okay, so this one goes back to talking about the difference between permutations and combinations. So if you remember, permutations is when you switch in and you have a totally different situation, like you're trying to do a passcode, password, or PIN number, and if you switch the numbers, it doesn't work, right? That's permutation. But combination is just picking, three things or two things at once. It doesn't matter if you switch things around. Okay, like if you have a red, red, I don't know, red car and a blue car in the garage. If you have a blue car and a red car in the garage, well, it's the same house. So let's go to number three, which is quite long. You have four different countries that you want to visit. Let's just go with the initials J, K, L, M. But you can only visit three countries. Now, how many different ways can you buy plane tickets? So let's start with the how many different ways. So if you, let's just say I chose Japan, Korea, and Laos. If you switch around, if you go Japan, Laos, and Korea, it's a different plane ticket, right? You have to buy different days, and instead of going from I don't know, it's a different plane ticket, so it should count separately. So in that case, that's a permutation. Okay. Now, how many spaces to fill? You have three spaces to fill, and how many things? How many countries? You have four countries to fill it with. So it's quite simple actually. It's you have three spaces to fill. You gotta go three different countries, and you for first country you could choose any of the four, and for second choice you cannot go to the same country again. Like you start from Japan, you go to Japan. That doesn't make sense. So you have three countries to choose from, and then you have two countries to choose from. Now there is that times one. If you want to use the definition, it's a 4 factorial, the first number, divided by 4 minus 3 factorial. So if you work it out, the 1 cancels out basically. So it's just 4 times 3 times 2, which is 24 different ways. Now you have to write all 24 in the sample space. So we already started with the first two, JKL and JLK. If you switch the KL to LK, it's a different country, different plane tickets. So what if you start with the J and still, I'm gonna just finish up all the J's. What if you didn't choose L? What if you chose Malaysia? It's a different plane ticket. Okay, and then same thing with if I trade the two letters at the end, it's a different situation. And then there is one more. So JK is exhausted. What about JL? If you start with JL, well, there's JLM. I've been to JKL, but not JLM. So it's a different plane tickets, and also switch it, JML. So there's 6 starting with a J. Now I'm gonna start with K. So you wanna go to Korea first, you can't wait. So you're just gonna go to K, and then I'm gonna just start with the first letter. So J and then L. Don't repeat any of the letters. You cannot do, KKK. That's not possible here. Okay, so and you could switch the last two letters. And then there's KJM, then KMJ, K, what did I miss? LM, and then there's KML. So there's 6 more starting with the K, and then there's 6 more starting with the L. And then there's 6 more starting with the M. So you should list them all. Have fun. Just enjoy it. And there should be 24 different combinations or 24 permutations of these 3 letters. Okay, you're picking 3 countries, but you're picking 3 letters, and you want them to be all, different orders. Phew. Okay, number 4. There are 4 different coins: penny, nickel, dime, and quarter. If a con artist says if you paid 35 cents, and if you randomly select any 3 coins, you could keep those 3 coins. Of course, he keeps 35 cents. But if you win, quarter and a dime and a nickel, then yay, you're the winner. But if you pick quarter and a penny and a nickel, then you're a loser. So how many different ways can you select 3 coins? Now on this one, if you select penny, nickel, and dime, that's the same situation as penny, dime, and nickel. You still have the same amount of money. You have, how much is that? 10, 5, 16 cents. If you have a penny, dime, nickel, it's 16 cents. It's the same situation. So even since you have 3 coins in your hand, you're not buying a plane ticket to go from penny to dime. So whether you switch those orders, it's the same situation. Then you don't count that. Okay. So you have penny, nickel, and dime, and then, well, let's go with penny, nickel again, but not dime, but quarter. That's 2 situations. And that's it for penny, nickels. So now you go with nickel, dime, and quarter. Wait, I skipped one. Penny, dime. Okay, penny, dime. I forgot the penny, dime. So there's a penny, dime, and quarter. Okay, not penny, nickel, dime, but penny, dime, and quarter. And then there's a nickel, dime, and quarter. So there's only 4 different possible ways of picking 3 coins and keeping them. The order does not matter whether you pick penny, nickel, dime, or nickel, penny, dime. It's still the same amount. So order does not matter in this case. But in the previous question, the buying a plane ticket, if you get on the wrong plane at the wrong time, you're not going to make it. So the order matters if you're buying plane tickets, but if you're picking up money and you have 3 coins in your hand, it's the same 3 coins, but if you switch it in your hands. Okay, so in this situation, it's not a permutation, it's a combination, because order does not matter. So you're still filling 3 spots, 3 coins, but you have 4 different kinds of coins to fill it with. So there's 4 things, and you choose 3 of them. So in the in the formula way, this is 4 factorial over 4 minus 3, which is same as permutation, but you also add 3 factorial at the end, the last number. Okay, so that was the formula. If you want to work it out that way, that's fine. But it's nothing more than what we did with the permutation. That's what we did with the, oops, not the one, sorry. Don't put the one there. That's what we did with the permutation from number 3. But now we just need to do one more thing, and which is divided by 3 factorial, which happens to be 6. So if you cross out the 6, answer is 4 different ways. And that's what we got here. 1, 2, 3, 4. So that's how it works. So combination, you just multiply. And permutation, you just multiply. Combination, you gotta end up dividing. Okay, let's quickly do 2 more problems. Okay, so for example, number 11. You have 3 songs to choose from, 3 songs to fill in, and then you have 50 songs to choose from. Okay, you have 50 songs in your playlist. You're going to choose first, second, and third song. Well, you have 3 spaces, and you're starting with 50 choices, and then you don't want to play same song twice, so now you have 49 choices and you have 48 choices. That's permutation. The order, if you switch it around, it's a different situation. So you just basically do 50 permutation 3. 3 is here, 50 is there. And by the way, the first number is always greater. So if you work that out, I'm sure it's going to be pretty big. I got, calculator says 117,600 different ways to play 3 songs. What about number 12? You have 52 cards, and you're gonna choose 5 of them. You're gonna put them in your hand all at once. So if you switch around in your hand, it doesn't matter which one you pick first, right? So in that case, it's a combination. And the numbers that we're going to use is 52, because there are 52 cards to choose from, and we're going to choose 5 spaces. We're going to fill 5 slots. So if you work that out, well, let me just show that in the multiplication So this is like 52. That's the first choice. Then now you only have 51 choices left because first card is chosen. You only have 51 cards left. For third spot, now you have 50 cards. Fourth spot, 49 cards. Third spot, 48 cards. So you multiply this, you're gonna get pretty big number. I think a few hundred million. But remember, you could switch it around and it's the same situation. So in that case, you gotta divide the whole thing by 5 factorial. That makes it a little smaller. Well, not much smaller. 2,598,960 different ways. Oh, by the way, in the backside, you don't need to write down the sample space. Just need to write down this number. How many different ways? Okay. So again, if you switch it and it's a different thing, then permutation. If you switch it, it's the same situation as before, then it's combination. Okay.